Hi everyone, my name is Lee Sankey and I'm here in Trossington for the 2019 Harmonica Masters, and on my trip I've been absolutely delighted to meet Joel Andersson, who is a tremendous folk Irish player on the harmonica, and is also a wonderful harmonica customiser. And I heard Joel play on the jam session, I think it was Thursday night, and I was like totally blown away. And that's what's so great coming to events like this in Trossington. You get to see all the different styles and different approaches on the harmonica. And Joel uses a lot of tone blocking in his style. And I asked him if he would come and give us a tune, and he's kindly agreed to do it. So this is Joel. Is this Andersson or Andersson? How was it?
In Sweden, you would say Andersson.
Andersson. Okay. So yes, you're from Sweden. From Sweden.
Yeah.
Okay. So everyone, this is Joel. Nuts! Oh, terrific. So, fantastic. What was the name of that tune? Was it sort of improvised, or is it like different things put together?
No, different things put together.
Yeah.
Would be, the first one would be called Hector the Hero.
Okay.
It's actually from Scotland.
Okay.
And Scottish air. And then the second one would be called Paddy Clancy's, and that's a common Irish jig.
Okay.
And the third one would be called the Tap Room,
Okay.
which would be an Irish reel.
So it's like a kind of medley.
It's like kind of medley,
yeah.
yeah.
So what I think is so wonderful about this style of a harmonica, you know, I love blues and a blues sound, but this kind of style of music, it really plays to the strengths of the harmonica, you know. And when you see it done like that, it's got the melody, it's got the rhythm. It sounds like there's, you know, two or three things going on at any given time. And so I just think it's a fabulous style which plays to the strengths of the instrument. So from a sort of technical perspective for any harp players who happen to be watching this, if we start with the harmonica itself, is it a special tuning or?
This one would be a Hohner Rocket low D, and it would also be half valved to get a little bit of more volume and expression from it.
Yeah.
And then it would be specially tuned to tuning that I got from Rick Epping, but from what I've heard, it was actually Steve Baker who came up with the tuning to begin with. And he has another name for it, which I actually forget now, but I know that Seidel is marketing it, and they are marketing it under a name called Easy Third.
Okay.
And that's probably because it's very easy to play in third position. Therefore easy third.
Yeah.
But the tuning means that the holes 1, 2 and 3 are tuned to the exact same notes as holes 4, 5 and 6.
Okay.
Just 1 octave lower.
Okay.
So your holes 4, 5, 6 would be, and 1, 2, 3 would be.
Okay.
Which means that on this one you get a D major chord on your whole blow side.
Yeah.
And then you're getting an E minor on the whole draw side.
Okay. Such a great sound. Yeah, fantastic. So you've got the tuning, and then in terms of how the tune is kind of constructed from all the different elements. So you're tone blocking. So do you want to talk us through that? So you're starting with a melody, then you're adding a bit of a vamp and the different layers. So how talk us through that?
To begin with, my intention when I'm playing Irish music is to imitate a fiddle, what they would do, and an accordion.
Okay.
And then
why not?
No, exactly.
yeah.
Because you can.
Because you can. Yeah.
No, but the fiddle would play like good melody lines and stuff, and do a lot of like decorations and stuff with the bowing techniques and everything. But the fiddle would also play a lot of like double notes and a lot of like drones and stuff like that sometimes. Which rarely the accordion would do. But then the accordion has the basses, so they would be playing the.
It's like a pulse.
Yeah,
a pulse.
Exactly.
Okay.
So when I build up a tune, I would start the basic melody of the jig, for instance, would be. I mean, it's good, but to me at least, it's quite boring just to have the single notes there.
Yeah.
And then you can add, like if you take the basses from the accordion, that would be your backbeat, or in terms of blues playing, it would be referred to as like vamping.
Yeah.
And then you got the.
Yeah.
And then I'm doing that, of course, in backbeat.
Yeah.
And then I would also add octaves sometimes. So if I played a single melody line, only that with octaves, that could be.
Yeah, and you really get that kind of accordion vibe with that. Exactly. It broadens out the sound. Yeah, exactly. Great.
Yeah, and then I would use drones as well, which means I would, in my left side of the mouth, I might stay on like hole 6 blow, for instance, and then I would still play the melody in my right side of the mouth.
Okay, so two things happening.
At once. So it would be like. Sorry, it would probably be hole 5.
Yeah. Great.
And then if you combine all this together, so you got the vamping, the backbeat, and you got like the drones, the octaves, and then a little bit of chords going on at the same time, you would be getting the from the then.
Excellent. So you've recently made an album, right? The Irish Harmonica.
The Irish Harmonica, yeah.
So obviously, if you're digging this, check it out. And I think what's unique about this concept is it's just the harmonica, right? Because you wanted to bring out these different subtleties and so you can really hear it on its own. So it's solo. It's a solo harmonica.
Exactly.
album.
The thing for me there was that it's very rare with a solo harmonica album in any music style.
Sure.
With only harmonica, nothing else.
Yeah.
And especially then in Irish music, because there aren't that many harmonica players in the Irish music scene yet. Coming more and more.
I can see why. It's such a great style.
Great style, yeah. But what I wanted to do, I wanted to make a recording to showcase like what the harmonica is capable of doing and what the harmonica is capable of doing in Irish music. Yeah. So the CD is recorded, everything is recorded in one take.
Okay.
So there's no overdubbing, mixing or anything done prior to like mastering.
Yeah.
So everything that's played on the CD, I could play that here.
Yeah, okay. And where do people get it? Is it on Amazon or from your website?
From my website.
Okay, so we'll put the link in the description and the video. I think I was talking to Joe Falisco last night, and he was saying how, over the sort of in recent harmonica history, there's a lot of emphasis on playing single notes, like power runs and so on. And the harmonica in a way was invented to be tone blocked, invented invented around chords. And I guess in some way, I mean, fashionable is not the right word, but I think when people are really focused on licks and speed and overblows and so on, it's easy to forget the power in the instrument and the power of these kind of styles.
Of course.
And in a way, I think it's sort of doing something, without electricity and without lots of technology. Yeah. There's something magical in this little thing, and you can really see how people in the back room of a pub, and just how people used to party. I think it's so hip. It is so hip in its way. Yeah, great. And then just tell us a little bit about your harmonica customization, because that's also something that you do. You build your own harmonicas. You customize harmonicas.
Yeah. I always had an interest for like technical things, and I was always tinkering with stuff and wondering how does this work and why does it work. And so as soon as something breaks or at home, I usually go there and fix it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, if it's fixable.
Yeah.
And then of course when I started to play harmonica, I got my first harmonica when I was 2 years old.
Oh, okay. Pretty late.
Yeah. But I got it when I was 1, but
you ate it.
Yeah, I ate it. I was mostly chewing on it.
Yeah.
But when I was around 13, I started to be playing more seriously, and I had the wonderful opportunity to have Sweden's only and firstly educated harmonica teacher called Mikael Beckman. And he lives up in Piteå in the north of Sweden, where I'm from.
All right.
So that was great. Then I had someone who were kicking me in the right direction.
Like, no, again.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah.
And then of course when I started to play when I was around 13, that was more serious then. Then I started to tinker with the harmonicas and taking them apart and checking what could I do to improve this or repair. And then it just grew, and then I've been meeting people like Dick Sjöberg, maybe you heard of him, from Malmö, south of Sweden, and then Brendan Power, Rick Epping. I spent a lot of time with Rick in Ireland, in his workshop there. Right. Loads and loads of hours. And then with Joe Falisco, of course, as well. Yeah. So all these people, and Steve Baker has been real big influence for me as well, and helping me with all this. So I've been having really good support from the harmonica community and from people around me, and without the help of all these people, I mean, all this would have been impossible.
Yeah, it's a real craft. I think people just don't, appreciate the amount of hours that goes into. Yeah,
I mean, it's a tremendous amount of hours. So the thing I do, I mean, probably most people know, or most harmonica players know about custom harmonicas. Yeah. So I mean, harmonicas from the factories, so they are mass produced, which means the factories are pumping out millions of harmonicas every year. So they can't keep a high standard on them, of course. And for someone who wants to take their harmonica playing one step further,
Yeah.
they can't get that harmonica from the factory.
Yeah.
Which means then they have to turn to like someone like me,
Yeah.
or a customiser. It
Yeah.
would be the same thing like in the car industry. You have Mercedes and then you have AMG. And AMG is a separate company that would
Take a Mercedes and just pimp it up a bit.
Yeah, exactly. No, but same thing. And you have like the Fender custom shop for guitars and stuff as well.
Yeah.
So I think it was in 2017 where I applied for and got accepted to become an Honer affiliated customiser.
Okay.
And that was for Joe Falisco then, who approved me for that.
Okay.
And we're only, around 7 people in the world.
Yeah.
Who is that? And that means that we fulfill Honer's and Joe Falisco's demands for custom harmonicas.
Standard, yeah.
Which means that this little group of people creates like the best custom harmonicas in the world.
Yeah. Well, I had the pleasure of playing one of Joel's harmonicas the other day, and it is absolutely super sweet. And for a player like me, I don't use lots of overblows. I play mainly tone blocking. I use them here and there, but there's always that sort of, I think people look for custom harmonicas either because they don't overblow, but they just want to get the tuning absolutely super sweet and the playability. But then there's this compromise. If you want to bring in the overblows, then you have to the reeds have to be set much lower so that the harp chokes. And when I played your harmonica, I was able to overblow, on it. But I wasn't really having to sort of compromise so much on the attack, which is I found quite
for you.
Which I felt was really cool.
And that's how I look at it, at least, that there aren't such a thing as an overblow harmonica. Either you have a harmonica that has a well set up reeds, or they are not so well set up. And if you do every step like correct and right, then you should be able to hit it hard. You should be able to do all the overblows, and you should be able to do all the bends, of course, as well. So we will be getting all of this. Then of course you can fine tune it. Like if you're a serious overblow, then you can like gap the reeds slightly tighter, but you would still be able to hit it very, very hard.
That's good. That's cool. I haven't come across that before.
My look at it, at least.
Yeah, the concept.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, look, man. Thanks so much for talking to me and giving us a tune. So check out the links in the description below. So Joel's got his solo Irish harmonica album, which sounds super, super cool. And if you're looking for some super customized harmonicas, and have a look at his site. Thank you very much, Joel. Thanks again, man.
Thank you.